Hello everyone, this is Hasani Walker, and we're doing something a little bit different right now. Um, Unless I posted these videos in a different order, I'm still not sure. Honestly, the last few videos have pretty much all been within one day of me working on stuff. And this right now, what I'm doing is working on a page for the third Patchwork Girl book. Ooh, no, I don't want to do it like that. I want to do the colors behind. Alright, there we go. But yeah, so pretty much it's about 8 o'clock right now. All pretty much the rest of the day was used working on the Grim. Sometimes I'll kind of switch on projects here and there. Sometimes I'll spend one day on one full project, and I mean, there's a lot to choose from. These things kind of piled up. But yeah, you get to see the whole progress here as I think of things to say, because I don't want to bore anyone. But yeah, so this is pretty much I'm still trying to do this whole thing without spoilers, which is difficult, but I think I'm getting by. I think I want to lock down this page, this layer, because I don't want to add anything else to the sketch lines. All right. So I'm sort of choosing, I mean, at this point in the Patchwork Girl book series, if you read, there's two books out right now. You can find them on Amazon and on Barnes& and Nobles. And actually, today I found that you can find them on iBooks right now. So if you have an iPad, an iPhone, or a Mac, anything Apple, you can download a digital copy of the Patchwork Girl book for just about $10. Or I think it's like $9.99, but there's no tax, so I guess I don't. Yeah, no, why? I don't think there's any tax, so I guess it would just be $9.99. So pretty much, you can go on to iTunes or iBooks, and basically for the price of Five Nights at Freddy's, you can purchase the Patchwork Girl, or get both. So it's both are great. Five Nights at Freddy and Patchwork Girl. Yeah. And I want to check on, yes, there's a detail that she actually gains in the next book here that I want to make sure I keep with. So for some reason I put it on her third braid on this one. So that's not right. It should be on this one. So no, it's fine. So I like stories where characters travel in chains throughout the story, and you can see those changes. And in this one, the change is going to be minor. So the braid is a small thing that she's gonna get, and I'm gonna try to keep that throughout. The other stories have more major changes. I mean, if you in the Grimm, um, Gertrude goes through a lot of changes. You'll actually see in the first short she had her face was scarred by the fox. He scratched her on her nose. So in the second short, you'll actually see she does have a scar on her nose, and also she still has an injured leg from that incident. And I don't feel like that's any kind of spoilers because that video has been online for about a year. So actually, I think it's been more than, I think it's been 2 years. So if you haven't seen it, sorry about that, but it's been there, so I don't feel too bad letting that out. Gotta make sure I get her patch on. And out of the two of them, C's the most fun to actually draw. As to her color scheme and everything, C's a lot of fun to make. Poco is a little bit more difficult because he's all solid green, so he blends in with himself. In the second one, he also gains, he gets like kind of a backpack. So that makes my job of sketching him a little bit easier because it gives him it's a little bit different. That and it plays to his color scheme. He was always going to get the gain the backpack, and it's going to be a red backpack that's going to really play well with him and kind of make him match her, even though I wanted their colors to kind of play off each other. These are all the... Ooh, that goes down a little too weird. Oh, let's see. Yeah, no, it's getting right. But yeah, these are all the things you kind of, you have to consider when you're trying to make a character with good appeal. And that's always difficult because what will appeal to you might not appeal to everyone. So out of all the principles of animation, that's the one that I get paranoid on a lot. So I think, well, I think it's appealing, but is everyone else going to think it's appealing? So that's when you got to show it to your friends. And if they, you got to have some honest friends. So if they don't like it, then just don't, don't use that design. And there was actually a time I've had a group of friends and they read a book of mine called How I Fixed Emily. And it was going to be a kid's book or more like a teen book, but the book honestly got a little dark. So, I mean, the whole story was kind of like, it had like I guess kind of a Powerpuff Girls meets Frankenstein sort of Matilda, but well, yeah. So yeah. I guess it was kind of like a Roald Dahl kind of story, but it got a little dark. But anyway, I asked a group of friends their opinions on it, and they they told me that they enjoyed it, but it was all the very friends kind of saying, "Oh yeah, you wrote a book. That's great. Everything's great." And that did not help me, so I showed it to another friend, um, my friend Veronica, who actually throughout these videos I'll probably reference her a lot because I talk to her a lot about my projects because when I showed her the story, um, I think she immediately just I think she pointed apart and she just said like her immediate word was just like, well, this all just, it sounds kind of stupid, and that was fantastic because that's exactly what I needed to hear. And after she told me that, I went over with like, this story it really doesn't work. So I feel like I dodged the bullet with that whole thing. Not to say that Emily might not come up again, but only if I can figure out how to make that story work. And as it was back then, it didn't work. But the moral of that whole spiel is when you're working on projects, don't surround, encourage people to say no to you and reject your ideas and just let them know exactly, let them tell you exactly what they think. Because if you don't let them do that, then you're going to probably have a lot of crap be sopped out. You don't want to produce crap. Just give her a neck. Boop. That's the great thing about layers. You can always draw behind things. It becomes like a whole platform. And actually, I think that's supposed to be her whole sleeve. Yeah, her whole sleeve is actually in her mouth. It's another thing I like doing with characters. I like giving them little traits that they do. And in book 3 of the Patchwork Girl, you're going to find that she has this habit of if she's nervous, she starts nibbling on her sleeves. And there are other books, I mean, now that I said that, if you see other stories that I've done, you'll probably find that other characters do. So for those kind of traits, they might have like a necklace that they keep gripping onto whenever anything weird is happening, or they might just place a finger on the bridge of their nose and just kind of press just to try and settle themselves. It's one of those things where you never want to just say what they're feeling, so you just give them these little quirks that they do. And nibbling on her sleeve, that's one of Patchwork Girl's quirks. What I'm doing probably looks a little bit confusing, but honestly, when you get into the whole rhythm of painting a character, it gets really easy. And dang it, that was supposed to be in front. I just said that, and then I ruined what I was doing. Okay, so okay, there's a cheap way to fix that. So there, good enough, good as new. Boop. Always have to hit your exclamation point so you get the right color. So there is a setting that you can do to switch that. And this might actually be the first time I've posted a painting that's not me speed painting. It's just me rambling and telling stories, so I hope you guys like my stories. Yeah, doing these videos like this, I can see why people have I guess like a partner on the videos. But yeah, you're stuck with me. I guess I'll go into a little bit of, oh, did I just undo something serious? What did I just do there? What was that? No, it's fine. I just add magnifying glass. Okay, so everything's good. But anyway, so I may as well go into exactly where the Patchwork Girl came from. I used to work at AT&T, but not really AT&T. It was like just a customer service thing that AT&T swapped out to. But yeah, that's a detail that no one really cares about. But it was a very weird job. It was customer service, and if you've ever worked in customer service, you probably know what that entails. It's not fun. But the one nice thing is that they allowed us to actually sort of have hobbies while working there. At least they did for a while. By the time I was leaving, they were starting to stop people from doing that. But while I was there, I would bring in a box of clay and I would just sculpt little characters. And I started sculpting these sort of mini figures. And one of them was just this little ragdoll girl with pigtails. And I really liked her, and after a while, I decided to try to make her a more full-size character, or just what I mean. The little mini ones, they were kind of like sort of like a Japanese chibi looking thing. So when I tried to make her more full size, I went for a very teenager look with her. So you could probably find that design online, or maybe I'll post a picture on this video so you'll see it. But yeah, she looked very angst-ridden kind of person, and I really enjoyed that design, and that's what she was for a while. But after when I started to have the idea of making it into a story, I already had so many angst character stories. I really wanted to have a character that was just more fun. I wanted to have one just very fun-loving character. So I redesigned her and made her into more of just like this childlike person. And I'm really glad I went that way. I mean, she's great to go to. She's brightest character I have at this time. Oh, that, and I mean, clearly I went against the whole teenager idea and made her more of a, I mean, she'd probably be like around like 7 years old with how she acts. Not right. Don't want to go beyond. So I want this layer. Okay, and I think that's pretty much my base right there. And so I don't forget her violet ribbons, which I'm on the wrong layer, and that seems too thick. Okay. Try to make sure that design was simple because I'm going to have to do it a lot in the next few books, or all the books, I should say. Nope. Okay, there we go. Now we're just going to refine some areas. All right. Okay, so I got a base there. Now I'm just going to move on to Poco. Oh, actually, first I'm going to flatten all of this. Okay. His color scheme, I mean, his just main green all over does get a little bit difficult. But he's a interesting character, right? For I mean, as the story goes on, you'll see there is sort of a focus on him, so he's not just a second party. The whole thing is, I mean, we're really supposed to be just kind of witnessing the events of the story through his eyes. It was probably why I didn't really make him extremely flashy. I mean, he does seem like has flair to him, but yeah, he's not like just kind of a regular character. Ooh, woo. Some of his curls can be just kind of floating. That's the benefit you have in this just being a sketch. Things can just kind of fly, eyebrows can be floating in the air. No one minds. I'm not sure how long this video has gone on for, but I don't want it to go on for too long. I mean, I'll probably cut it off here soon and then come back when I'm putting all the detail on these characters. In fact, why don't I just do that right now? I'll cut this at this point, and I'll come back probably when he's done, and yeah, you'll get to see just how these images get finished up. So, all right, I will talk to all of you soon. Thanks for watching, and yeah, keep tuning in. Remember to subscribe and tell your friends all about this. If you have a friend that's an animator or just interested in art in general and just wants to down to just kind of see someone going through their work and knowing that it's not like, oh, everyone can just make these things I'm seeing like really fast. How they doing that? So they can watch these videos and just see that no, it's that we're all just kind of taking our time. It's taking a while, so it's a labor of love, and hopefully I'll help someone just kind of not feel alone on that whole aspect. So yeah, so tell your friends about this and keep tuning in. So talk to you later.